It's the second single we put out, and first off, what I like about that one is that it's a very current. The feelings when Gabriel Rea eventually gave me that track, it was a lot different, in comparing to how we put it out now. But it's just very much of how the times are. I think a lot of the releases that came out from a couple of the bands this year are things that were written over the course of the couple of years, and a lot of the stuff that we're going to be putting out is stuff that's been written over the course of a couple of years as well. So Libel was the opportunity to sort of mix something that was very much of the times, which was very sullen times due to the pandemic. They're not very. So Libel eventually sort of uh, morphed into what it is now, which is kind of dark and atmospheric. Um, it's just it doesn't make sense to me to write something upbeat at the moment. So but the theme of the song, a lot of the lyrics were given to me by Gabriel. The chorus, he wrote most of the chorus, and the pre-chorus lines, the da da, or his lyrics too. I wrote the verses, and I was really attracted, very attracted to the idea of the live ball, like as in originally as like welcome to the live ball, like in a masquerade or dance where, because there was a particular scene that I was sort of witnessing where it was kind of like where it consisted of a lot of people sort of keeping secrets from another, like sort of like talking behind each other's backs, sort of like, oh, hello, welcome to the ball, and then whispering as they left the room, and it just sort of goes against what I'm about. Like, it's rock and roll, so most of the time I'm sitting around with a bunch of dudes, or maybe even chicks and whatever, and we're just having drinks, and we're talking the stuff, to each other's face, and just sort of that whole thing of like loss of community, where people are sort of just either ignoring each other or keeping secrets from each other. Just no one really knows. I just growing up in the rock and roll scene. Everybody knew each other. Like everyone knows each other. Everybody knows what each other gets off on, what they're into, and it's not a big deal. It's just how life is. And so I was definitely ambitious with Libel, even back when it was, a more sort of upbeat, dancey kind of tune. And there might be a future where we put remixes out of it or something like that. I'm not really quite sure, but at the moment, I think it is great for the time, and I really wanted to cut, and I really kind of wanted to go more of the alternative range of what we were doing, and that was always kind of there in its roots. I always wanted to sort of make like a strange alternative song, and I noticed a lot of Pink Floyd. Um, Bob Ezrin, the producer of Pink Floyd, he did a lot of work with other bands and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to explore that concept of like space rock and freak outs and stuff like that. Yeah, and so there you have it. Libel is the first collaboration, like a first true collaboration. Gabriel Rea and I are both writers of that song. He wrote the choruses, the pre-choruses. I wrote the verses. It's his music and my guitars. It's his songs, his beats. So that's the first collaboration with him, and it's the first thing. It's a real group effort, and I really think you can really tell. I think you see a lot of you know, it's almost like we didn't write it, kind of, but it's a group effort, it's VTH, So, and now on to Gabriel.
So, eyeball. I made this song called Slander, and so I was like, slander, libel. Anyways, but I couldn't have it be libel, so it was like, because that'd be, slanderous, I guess. So, anyways, so, thus, lie ball, the ball of lies, which is like a fucking sewer we live on and shit. Anyways, that's where I came up with that idea. I guess I wrote the song. I'll say it's a song that I inspired Josh made. It's got some features of Bible. We back when I've known Mr. Garcia since the days of Bermuda. Performed with him live and stuff, did some open mic shit. And anyways, as time would have it and decree, we had to work together again. And so after I gave him Lacerday and syrups, and he totally impressed me with what he did with those. And so I was like, okay. I was like, he is the motherfucker I thought he was. Because, like, I met Josh, and I was like, this motherfucker is going to be my guitarist. Well, I mean, the guitarist in the band is his. Whatever, regardless. He's still my guitarist as long as it's band. Anyways. So, after that, I was like, dude, I'll send you whatever, you do whatever the fuck you want with it. And thus, he came up with Libel. And I've been back and forth about how I feel about it, but it's really growing on, it's the Z, it's what we're after. And, yeah. Anyways. Libel. Oh, yeah, and the chorus I wrote the lyrics to. Little rhymey crap. The other stuff, like double rounds and shit, man. Badass. Yeah. We're fucking doing it. And, Libel that's a motherfucker. And, I hope you motherfucking like it. Because, that's our shit.